the YouTube channel so that it'll update.
facing our American and Texas flag here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Good morning, everyone. Band, thank you very much. That was wonderful. Ms. Grant, thank you. Students out there on video, students in the audience, veterans, welcome. Today we celebrate a special day. We are celebrating Veterans Day today on Monday, which was yesterday. It is a day that has been set aside so we can pay tribute to American veterans. Currently, there are more than 20 million veterans who have served in the armed forces. We currently have 2 million active duty National Guard and reservists serving every single day around the world. This year marks the 100th anniversary of the War to End All Wars, World War I. On November 19, 1919, Woodrow Wilson issued a proclamation declaring November 11th as the Armistice Day, a day to celebrate peace at the end of World War I, and the 11th hour of the 11th day on the 11th month. In 1954, President Eisenhower rededicated November 11th as Veterans Day in the United States, a day to remember those who have served and who are serving to protect America's freedom. To make this change, President Eisenhower said we should remember the sacrifice of all those who fought so valiantly on the seas and in the air and on the shores to preserve our heritage of freedom. The American flag that is flying outside of our school building today is a gift from the family of Mr. Al Garcia, who proudly served in World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War. This flag is flown in honor of Mr. Garcia's memory and in honor of all the former Hobby students who have served and are currently serving their country. It is also to recognize the service of our current Hobby family who have served in our nation's armed forces. At this time, we would like to recognize these veterans. They are Mrs. Marguerite Miles, Nurse Miles, who's actively working right now with a student in her office and is not here. She served in the United States Air Force. Mr. Brad Worthington, United States Air Force. Ms. Deborah Murphy, United States Air Force. Mr. Mark Vila, United States Army. Mr. Shane Hosey, United States Army. Ms. Julie Pettis, United States Army Reserve. Mr. Alec Lang, United States Marine Corps. Mr. John Fritcher, United States Marine Corps. Mrs. Laurie Sullivan, United States Navy. And myself, I served in the United States Army. As we pay tribute to these veterans, there are other people who cannot forget the family members of the veterans. The wives, the husbands, and the children of the service members play a very important part of providing support to our service members on a daily basis. They are often overlooked because they are behind the scenes and are rarely seen or heard from. The hardships they endure during transfers, deployments, and the long hours that their service members are away due to training are just part of their sacrifice. Today, we would like to pay special tribute to a few of these individuals.
Mrs. Kathy Worthington, Mrs. Audrey Grant, Mrs. Christina McFarland. This extraordinary group of women made sacrifices too, while their husbands served our country with pride and honor. Today we would like to show them our gratitude for their unselfish contribution and present these individuals with the Military Spouse Medal. These medals were made official in 1984 when President Ronald Reagan recognized the profound importance of spousal commitment to the readiness and well-being of military members. These certificates and medals are just a small token of our gratitude for the sacrifices you also have made for your country, for our country. The certificate reads in part, "The spouse does wear a uniform, yet they serve their country. They do not acquire nor wear ribbons showing where they have been, yet they go. They did not ask for the duty they perform, yet they unwaveringly serve to their best ability. They serve, yet are not honored with trinkets or pieces of cloth showing their service. The burning candle signifies the lonely nights you have spent, and that you have kept the home fires burning. A symbol with no beginning and no end, the ring around the candle flame symbolizes the undying flame of love for your spouse. The image of a rose is for the unwavering devotion you have shown for your spouse in their service to their country. This medal is gratefully given to those that do not ask, those that stay on the home front so that their spouse can serve, for they also proudly serve their country." Mr. Flores. You would pass out their certificates and medals. Mrs. Kathy Worthington. Mrs. Audrey Grant. Mrs. Christina McFarland.
Wives, thank you very much for your service and your contribution. Sometimes it is overlooked. That's why we're trying to do this ceremony today, to thank you. We, the Hobby community, thank you very much. Our choir will now sing "God Bless America."
While the storm clouds gather from across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my
present and those who have served. Students, this is a small token of our appreciation to the veterans that we as a community in the United States may never forget. Thank you. That concludes our ceremony.